for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Prescott yet again. And the catch made by Hilton. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. This is caught by Hilton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Anthony Brown there on the tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He's got Smith here. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 76 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes, left side. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more knee downs. Not right there. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's caught, Smith. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 36. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man has got it, the tight end. He's got room at the 30. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Another run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have retaken a third quarter lead. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really out in the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 72 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Prescott on 1st down. Touchdown, Cowboys. Noah Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Marl, and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. On 2nd and 7, Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Anthony Barr. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Cowboys have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Hurts to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw again. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles get a bit closer. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Hurts will throw. That's caught, and he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7, and that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defense. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott rolling to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Hurts throw complete there to Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. Into the hands of Sanders. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Prescott to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it.
And, yes, he's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. And he is not going to reach the goal line. A courageous call to try for two, but they will remain down by a point. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Throwing here, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
The end result, 21 yards. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. The kick by Elliott is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So he's got a man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.